Welcome, PhinTank family. We back with another episode of the Madden King on the PhinTank. We have made it to the playoffs in MUT, Madden Ultimate Team. So, without further ado, how about we add Big
storylines in this one? I think it begins and
back
ends
on
with
screen.
our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the
And
business.
we rocking the
And nowadays,
throwback.
I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
All right. Pick the time some early. No goofy shit. Nothing goofy. Hey, nothing goofy.
Here to begin the drive.
That's what I'm talking about. You start the game with an X factor. That's cheating. That's way too much.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
They're doing way too much.
A good gain of 12 yards that
they're
time.
taking football completely out of it.
Up the middle, here's Edwards. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They'll go with the option, coming right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Are you serious?
It's a dynamic run there by Justin Herbert. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Nick Folk for the
And he's not good. He just has the cards.
It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead.
Madden, do better, man. There is no... Why even have X factors on the game if you don't have to earn them? This is not arcade, man.
Folk now set to boot it after his
do better, man.
6 on the board. A fairly short kick from the 14. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10.
On offense and defense, X factors to start the game.
First down, and they'll start with Algier. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that.
If he wasn't
2nd down.
X factors, you'd be ass.
And all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
What that was.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. In motion, Hill. They fake the handoff, now Tua. And he fires one, but incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But But they proved up to the task and forced the
get it.
incompletion.
I just don't get it.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And going deep for Hill. And
Are you serious?
what a real head scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
Sometimes I have to ask myself, why do I like this game so much?
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Madden being pretty much the only football game.
Edwards will take it in. Touchdown. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
And the Dolphins are going to recover. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Algier now up the middle. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. In motion, Hill. On 2nd and 11 now. Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. To a hit, and the ball is out.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Gregory Rousseau, his 2nd sack of the night.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 51 yards. And the Dolphins get a bit closer. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 out the gate early.
88 out the gate? Yeah. What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Okay, let you got on your team.
The touchdown, it's not 88 out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Able to find his man, it's Pickens. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Herbert.
Pitch. Let's go.
Sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Xavier.
Told you he's not good.
The Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he'll get nothing out of that one. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And going deep for Hill. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for 2. going to try and throw for it. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time they failed there. Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. And a double coverage.
Let's go.
Intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And the Dolphins are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that.
And to X Factor up. Let's go. Let's play X Factor with X Factor. Let's see how that works out for you.
More on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though. Might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Actually, I had to earn my X Factor, though.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. In motion, the tight end. Now Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And just to see your phone.
And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Oh, did the kicking team get it? Yes. The onside kick. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 64 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Again, it's Edwards, and he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Up the middle, it's Edwards. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. They'll run here with Edwards. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
What can you do against that?
Gus Edwards, his second touchdown of the night, as his guys are able to extend their lead. But just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
This is a funny accident game. Exploding. Niggas don't know football to say it all.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and run the risk of falling behind substantially. But you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
2 now on first down. Open net is Waddle, complete. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Throwing again on second down. Tua, and going deep for Hill. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. Here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
And you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
And this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Herbert, and that is incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. 4th down. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. They come up short here on 4th down. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Play action. Now it's Tua. That's complete to Calvin Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. On 2nd and 9, Tua. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Tariq Woolen picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Yeah, we're going to play it out. He got me, though. He got me. I got to get my team strong.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Ain't too much
And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them
Let
would
football
just
be football. You're already picking and putting together your own team if you desire. All the X factors and the gold jackets and all of that, man, it's uncalled for. If you know football, you know football. If you don't,
from the gun they go to Edwards.
Don't.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Y'all making the game so like
That's what you want.
bums can
Positive
win.
game. Just keep that clock ticking.
This, in all probability, another run here on
Madden
2nd and 8.
04, 05, you had to know football, or you were gonna get hit stick real bad.
They'll go option to the short side, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his
He's
lumps
so
here
bad.
at
Like,
this stage of the
he ain't
game.
passing the ball because you know he can't pass it. All he's doing is running, which makes it how he did an X factor
We'll see what they have
out
to
of
run
random
here, a little bit
nowhere.
behind
Randomly
the
out of
line.
nowhere. He
12
did nothing
yards
this
needed
drive.
to
He
gain
got X
first
factor.
down. Herbert. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diamond catch. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now Herbert. He'll let this go for the end zone. Left
Get
sideline.
out of here.
It looks like he's got it.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. They're going to try and run. And he will dive into the end zone, and the conversion is successful.
Look like we going home. First round, put out.
And that will get out of bounds. So that's definitely going to put a major crimp in any comeback plans they may have had.
This has been an episode of the Madden King on the PhinTank. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and think with greatness.